And so we learn from watching other individuals who have gone through trauma, overcome that trauma. And, you know, like this is the 70th house they've done, so you know, I'm sure there's things that they did on my house that they didn't do on the first house that they've learned over time. And life is like that. We learn from people who've gone through and overcome. And so we have, but this house is, like I said, it's completely adapted to what I need and what my family needs. You know, for the first time in a long time, I can roll up to the toilet in my own home. I can transfer into the shower without having to get on multiple different chairs or benches, and I feel safe and secure, you know, in the house. And you know, I can get to the laundry room and help do laundry for my wife, or I can do the dishes because I can reach everything, and the sinks are and the counters, all that are at the right height. And you know, just like out here, like I can roll around and get all the way around my house and be able to pull my vehicles into my garage. They're big enough for the lift and everything. And so just having that freedom that comes, that independence that comes from having a home that's designed for me is just a massive blessing for our family. And then also is the ability to, you know, it's a mortgage-free home for us, so I can take those funds that I was previously paying mortgage or rent on, and I can take that and I can invest that money into spending meaningful time and having meaningful time and working on those relationships with my wife and my kids.
What about the house? Everything in there, what's the most unique feature that you think that really gets you?
Oh man, so I think without a doubt, when you ask somebody like me, what are you looking for in your dream house, it's always the bathroom, right? So I have a really nice toilet, and really nice toilet, and then I have the shower. So I have a shower bench that I transfer onto, and it's got radiant heat in it, and a steam shower, and everything's at my height, so I don't have to climb up or down. I just slide right off my chair onto the bench. I think that, and then the other thing is that there's technology that they put into the home so that I can control the lights, the AC or the fans from my phone or from a tablet, and not have to get up in the middle of the night, or you know, if I forget to turn the light off and I go lay down in bed and I'm watching TV and I decide I want to get up, I want to go to sleep and I want the light off, I have to get back up and go do it. Now I can just pull my phone out and turn it off.
Awesome.
And so having that ability to control the entire house that way is that really kind of geeks me out. I like that kind of stuff. I think it's really cool that it'll, and the freedom it'll give me.
What about the neighborhood?
Man, we picked where we got to live, and I really like Montgomery County. I like the people up here. I've done a lot of work in Montgomery County, and then this neighborhood. You know, there's a bass lake in the neighborhood. There's a pool. There's a gym. All these amenities, and we were thinking long term. You know, when our kids get old and we have grandkids, we want to be in a place where the kids and the grandkids want to come, and having the community lake and the pool and the gym and the basketball court and the tennis court and all the things that the community here has to offer is just a big benefit on that. And then we're real close to the National Forest, so my kids like to go ride dirt bikes, so we can go out and do that, or we can go down to Lake Conroe, or we can, you know, if we want to go, we can shoot down into the city to do pretty much whatever we want, right? You know, we're within 45 minutes of everything, and so it's just but we're out here and it's peaceful and it's quiet and we have trees, and so it's just a blessing to be here in this part of town surrounded by these beautiful trees.
Okay. All right, appreciate it. Okay, so first of all, your name and spell it, please.
My name's Jay, J-A-Y. Last name's Fondren, F-O-N-D-R-E-N.
Jay, tell me about the house.
So this is the 70th Gary Sinise Foundation house that they've done across the nation, and so the house is completely customized to my disability and my family's needs. And so just to be able to have that and be mortgage free, and the independence that it's going to give me, and the ability to come back and really be at peace and at rest in my own home is just phenomenal.
Tell me about the family a little bit.
Yeah, so my wife and I, my wife Ann, we've been married for almost 20 years. We met in college in '98 or '99, and then you know, we've got 6 kids, so 5 boys and a little girl, and they've all got their rooms that are set up just for them, and with their interest in it, and spaces for them, and I can actually get there. You know, prior to this, we've had a couple of 2-story houses where all their rooms were upstairs, so you know, taking the kids in or going and yelling at them to come and do something has been a challenge, and that burden's been on my wife. And having the ability just to roll into their rooms and access the entire house it's a huge blessing for our family.
Tell me about your military service.
Yeah, so I enlisted into the Army in January of 2000. I deployed to Iraq in 2004 with the 1st Cavalry Division. Was wounded the day before Thanksgiving 2004, just outside of Starter City, a little suburb on the outskirts of Baghdad. Was hit by a daisy-chained IED. I was Staff Sergeant at the time. Was the vehicle commander for my Humvee, and first IED went off like a big shotgun blast and disabled the Humvee. The second one was armor-piercing IED that had been coming in from Iran, and it came through, took my legs out. I remember yelling at my guys, I'm hurt, I need medical attention, are you okay? We need to get the vehicle stopped. I remember pulling me out of the vehicle, putting the tourniquets on. I looked up at the medic and quit working on me, helped my guys out. And he said, Sergeant Fondren, and he goes, you hurt real bad and they're okay. And I was like, well, you can keep working on me. And then they got me to the our brigade aid station, and the surgeon was working on me, and the chaplain came in, and we started praying. And I told him, well, sir, I'm not going to die over here. We prayed, so we prayed for my wife and my family and the men and women in my unit and the doctors and nurses that were going to be working on me. And within 30 minutes, they had me at the level 2 surgical hospital in the green zone. And then 2 days later, I was in Lawrenceville. 2 days after that, I was at Walter Reed. Spent 9 months at Walter Reed getting just learning how to do everything over again. When I woke up, I couldn't move my arms. I couldn't move anything. And my family would come into the room and they would be like, you're home, you're safe, you're loved, everything's going to be okay. And as they did that, every time they came in and came out, like, I realized that I was home, I'm safe, I'm loved, and everything's going to be okay, and so I could get through this. And my faith and my family got me through the trauma that I went through. And then after I got back, I went to work for the VA and worked for them for a number of years. And now we've moved down here to Houston to work for the PTSD Foundation of America, so at Camp Hope, and we continue to give back and help combat vets and first responders and their family members adjust to life after trauma, just like Gary Sinise Foundation and their programs they have for individuals like me and first responders that have been hurt in line of duty, and Gold Star families. It helps us reintegrate and back into society, and gives us a ability to come together with other people that have gone through what we've been through and learn from those shared experiences and that shared trauma on how to overcome it.
So the challenge has been quite a bit of a challenge in getting adjusted to it.
It is. I'm almost 17 years out from my injury, and the challenge of readjusting. For a long time, like I just thought it was just how it was going to be, and then I realized, that there was more to it. And I was actually hanging out with a bunch of other combat vets who were fishing, and realized that if they all had the same kind of symptoms, and we figured out we're dealing with something. And then we started talking about it, and then through talking about it, we figured out how each one of us had to overcome it. It's the same with disabilities. There's a guy, they got a Gary Sinise house years ago, but he and I were at Walter Reed together, and I couldn't sit up. I could not figure out how to sit up. And so I remember he came in, he's a triple amputee, and I asked him, I said, hey Brian, how do you sit up? And he turned around and looked at me, and then he showed me. And that's how we learn. We learn from watching other people overcome challenges.
Awesome.
So, I'm blowing my nose real quick, sorry.
That's all right. Hey, first of all, your name and spell it, please.
Elizabeth Fields, ELIZABETH
And your title?
Chief Operating Officer.
For?
Gary Sinise Foundation.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the program and about the house.
So Gary Sinise created the Gary Sinise Foundation 10 years ago, and this was after 30 years of volunteer service for thanking our nation's heroes. In this spirit, the Gary Sinise Foundation was created to serve our nation's defenders, veterans, first responders, their families, and those in need. Today, we're really honored to be dedicating our 70th home through our Restoring Independence Supporting Empowerment program, or called RISE. Through this program, we build 100% mortgage-free, specially adapted smart homes for our nation's most severely wounded veterans and first responders.
This house today, this is the first one in this area.
Yes, it's the first one in the greater Houston area. Texas is very popular for our veteran community. We've built numerous homes throughout the state, and we're actually in process of building several more homes in Texas.
Okay. Alrighty.
one of the things that I love about the RISE program is how custom we can make each home. That always do a little more tagline that Gary has is something that we think about a lot, because we're always thinking about, yeah, we can do the same exact things that we did for the previous 69 homes. We can have hallways that are the same width. We can have doorways that are the same width. We can set up master bathrooms that are very similar to what we've done before. But what is that little extra thing that we can do that is going to make this home a little bit more, a little bit better for that veteran, so he can get that independence back in his own home?
Gary's vision was very much that these guys would have a place that restored independence and supported them, empowered them for a better life. Even if that seems to some people like a little bit of a splurge, Gary's vision was very much that we want to serve these guys and go above and beyond just the basics and find ways that we can implement through design and through function things that really support them and allow them to dream dreams and move forward with their lives. Every home that we do is specially adapted. That means we get to know this family. We ask hard questions of what are the things in your daily life that are a struggle, that are a challenge, and how can we, with basic building blocks of home design and function, help alleviate those stresses and pressures that you face every day that none of us even think about, we just take for granted. And so each home is specifically designed not only around the veteran, but around their families, around their specific handicaps, challenges, and also around some of their future goals and aspirations for the way they want to continue to thrive with their lives. In 2004, Jay was serving with the Army in Baghdad, Iraq. This was 2.5 years after he was married and with his wife expecting their first child. And a roadside bomb went off and severed both of his legs above the knee. Also damaged both arms significantly with shrapnel.